HOAs can be liable to members of the general public, for example, in a variety of different ways. One of them being, potentially occupiers liability if they own property. So if you own property, then one of the things that you should have is occupiers liability insurance, or some comprehensive general liability insurance that protects the HOA, protects members of the board from errors and omissions, things like that, and protects also the individual members through, for any occupiers liability issues. At least in the condominium context, there's very little way to enforce payment of monetary sanctions, even if you can levy them. So whether or not your particular bylaws even provide for them may be irrelevant, because you would still probably have to sue in order to recover those monetary sanctions one way or the other. So.
And that the nature of it is, even if you amended your bylaws to permit the levying of monetary sanctions in accordance with whatever's registered against the property, at the end of the day, your mechanism of enforcement on that is either one, an injunction type application to force them to do it, or two, foreclosure, on the amounts they haven't paid, and on the latter part of it, the court's going to have a hard time of saying, oh no, I'm going to let you foreclose this when it's just over these sanctions, when what happens about painting the door. So you can do it, but at the end of the day, either way is going to be going to court.
I think it would be entirely dependent on what sort of HOA you are and what sort of property you own, amenities you have, things of that nature. But broadly speaking, an HOA's obligations to its members are to treat them all fairly and consistently in terms of enforcing the whatever there might be under the restrictive covenant, architectural guidelines, requirements for snow shoveling, landscaping, whatever else you might be obliged to do as a homeowner.
Yeah, well, it's going to be set out in what the obligations of the homeowner association are. Yeah. Right, there's homeowners associations that will shovel everybody's walks for them, things like that. Well, then obviously that's one of your obligations. So the obligation of the HOA, Societies Act or Part 9 company, it's to act in the best interest of its members.